Om
ॐ हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानुमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनम्. Om Shri Sai Ram, offering our collective loving pranams at the divine lotus feet of Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba Varu. We are going to offer a Ashtottara Shata Sahasra Sayeeshwara Lingarchana in Prasanthi Nilayam on February 17th. And what is this Ashtottara Shata Sahasra Sayeeshwara Lingarchana? Ashtottara Shata means 108. Sahasra is 1116. And Lingarchana is worshipping lingas. And these lingas are Sayeeshwara lingas. Traditionally, in Vedic practices, there is a worship called Sahasra Lingarchana. 1116 lingas made from Mother Earth, sanctified with various different of elements, oshadhis, that means herbal material, and also mercury and metal, etc., are worshipped. And from that clay that is sanctified and mixed with all these ingredients is converted into lingas. And these lingas will be about 1 to 1.5 inch lingas. And these lingas, 1116 of them, are arranged in a configuration. And this configuration comprises of 8 lingas, for example, on 8 different directions. Then there are lingas for Trishula, there are lingas for the 4 Vedas, lingas for what we call Tandaveshwara. So, like this, 1116 lingas are arranged in a configuration, and in the center of these lingas, after 16 of the levels of these lingas, the final will be a Mahalingam that comprises of 464 lingas. This is the traditional worship of what we call as a Sahasra Lingarchana. For this particular program, what we are going to offer is the 464 lingas in the center will be in the shape of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and therefore this is Sayeeshwara Lingarchana. And 1116 of such prastaras, as we call, or configurations, prastara as a configuration, will be multiplied 108 times. That means 108 Bhagavans in the shape of, with all these lingams, will be worshipped, because this is the centennial program. No program of this kind has ever been conducted, and this is the very first ever that is happening. And what is the significance of this? Now, if you take this Ashtottara Shata Sahasra Sayeeshwara Lingarchana, all these prastaras or configurations will be arranged in the shape of a lingam, and around each prastara there will be 16 devotees that are independent of their caste, creed, religion, gender. There is no barrier at all. Will be able to worship Bhagwan in the shape of these lingams. And so total of 1,726 devotees, 1,726 devotees will be participating just in the puja itself. And this is the most incredible blessing of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. And we are very grateful to Bhagavan for bringing us all together on this centennial year. And these 108 will be, each one will carry one Ashtottara Shatanamam of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. So Bhagavan is worshipped with 108 names as 1116 times 108. That is roughly 1,65,000 lingas are being worshipped on this auspicious occasion during the Ati Rudra Maha Yajnam of Prasanthi Nilayam.
This whole event is being held near the west gate of Prasanthi Nilayam, where a special pendal is being erected, and the event will be on the 17th morning and evening. There are two sessions of this event. In the morning, we will be having the primary pujas like the Ganapati puja and Punyaha and all those things. And in the evening, we will be having the actual puja of the prastaras, where the selected devotees are going to sit and perform the puja. And in the morning, the as the Mahanyasam is going on, all these lingas will be arranged into these prastaras with the chanting of the Mahanyasam. So this is going to be a beautiful event to watch, where we are getting devotees from all over the world to participate.
So, devotees from 38 countries have registered to participate in this event. And these devotees that are coming from all these countries, they will be bringing the Mother Earth from each of their countries, and the Mother Earth from 38 countries is going to be mixed to make the lingas. And in addition, river waters are coming from 38 different countries, and these river waters at each prastara will be put in a kalasham. And so we are worshipping the Mother Earth as Sayeeshwara, and the river waters also as part of this. So this entire program is worshipping Bhagawan as the creator and the creation, and that is the significance of what we are looking at. Now, spiritually, what this ritual is about is Bhagawan has very clearly mentioned first what is a lingam. Liyate gamayate iti lingaha, that in which everything merges and that from which everything emerges. This is a lingam. And this whole process of merging and emergence is about our own mind. And this mind has 16 aspects of it, and the 16 aspects represent here, those are the 16 avaranas, are the levels of worship associated with this ritual. Now, what is the significance of worshipping these avaranas, etc.? The avaranas and the deities that are represented represent the gross level, the subtle level, and the causal level energies or the forces within us. So the gross level is the mountains, the rivers, and the oceans, etc., etc. Even subtler than that are the dikpalakas, or the deities, the energies associated with various gods that represents our subtle level forces that are behind our own awareness. And who is Bhagavan? Bhagavan is a Shodasa Kala Paripurna. He is the completeness in presence and awareness of all the 16 aspects. And we are just the opposite. Our mind is just the opposite of it, which is our mind is constantly dividing, whereas Bhagavan's presence and awareness is always uniting. So, by worshipping each and every level of this gross, subtle, and causal levels in presence and awareness, the mind acquires that awareness of Bhagavan and the presence of the Bhagavan, and ultimately at the 16th level, the mind will merge into this Shiva Shakti Bhagavan, and that merger of the mind into Bhagavan, that state where the mind is one with Bhagavan, Bhagavan has beautifully described as that is what is called Kailas. And therefore, this is being called Kailasa Prastaram because it is the process of the mind acquiring presence and awareness and ultimately uniting in bliss into this Shiva Shakti Swarupa Bhagavan. And that worship, it is not simply a ritual that is unique to just Hindus, etc., etc. Every religion talks about how the mind should merge into this being, awareness, and bliss, absolute. In other words, mind becoming B, the being, A, the awareness, B, the bliss, A, the absolute, BA. And by doing this ritual, we are becoming BA, and that is also be aware and be alert. And that is the note to the mind.
Here we have a schedule of the program. On Saturday, the 15th February, the registration of all the participants, nearly 3,000 participants have registered, whereas we have a space for devotees to participate. About 1,726 devotees will be participating in the puja, and the remaining of the devotees who have registered will be getting an opportunity to make the lingas on the 16th. And on the 16th morning, the linga preparation will be done at the satsang hall. We have divided it, just for practical reasons, we have divided it into four sectors. That is 8 o'clock, 12:30, 2 o'clock, and 6:30 for preparing the lingams. Nearly 70,000 lingams, the Parthiva lingas, so called the clay lingas, is going to be prepared by the devotees by chanting Rudram and other prayers. And on the 17th morning, we will, after the program at Sai Kulwant Hall, we will be starting with Jyoti Prajwalana, and then followed by address by our managing trustee, Sri Ratnakar Garu. Then the Ganapati Puja, Mahasankalpam, Punyaha, Kalasa Stapana, Mahanyasa Parayanam, and with that we will have the installation of all the lingas into the prastara. After which the arati will be performed to Bhagawan. At 6:15, the Ashtottara Shata Sahasra Sayeeshwara Lingarchana will start, and it is expected to end at around 8:40, 8:45. And then the grand finale is that on the 18th, that is again the number 18 is a Brahma Sankhya that day, and it is a Mangalavaram, so the Tuesday. All the kalashas will be taken in a procession to Swami's birthplace to commemorate Swami's birth centenary, and all the kalashas will be offered as Abhishekam at the Shivalayam at Swami's birthplace. And from there, the all the lingas, the Parthiva lingas, will be taken in a procession to be merged into Chitravati, and then the Aarti for Chitravati is being planned.
So the entire principle or the inspiration behind this event is to involve all the devotees from all over the world and to be able to give them an opportunity to be part of the entire centennial presentation, the entire centennial celebration of Bhagwan, so that everybody feels that they have something to do, something to offer in making a linga, or in offering the volunteering service, or in taking the kalashas and offering at Bhagwan's birthplace, or merging it into the Chitravati river. So imagine all the Mother Earth coming from the world is going to be merged in Chitravati river, and the ultimate culmination is taking 108 kalashas representing the Ashtottara Shatanamavali of Bhagavan, going into his birthplace Shivalayam and doing Kalashabhishekam while chanting Rudram. It is truly nothing but, all this entire program is truly nothing but Bhagavan's sankalpa and Bhagavan's love for the devotees. And when the devotees are happy, Bhagavan is in total bliss, because he said, your happiness is my food. And so this is, everything is happening in Bhagavan's love. And I want to come back and actually talk about what is the significance of this. Bhagavan is the creator as the Shiva. Bhagavan is also the creation as the Shakti. The year 2025, if you look at it numerologically, it is a product of 9 square and 5 square. What is the number 9? As brother just mentioned, number 9 is the number that is invictus. It is indivisible. It is changeless. Number 5 represent the prapancha, the creation, the world, which is ever changing. So the changeless is 9, the changing is 5, the changeless is the creator, the changing is the creation, and by coming together on 2025, we are worshipping the changeless in the ever changing, the changeless Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba in the ever changing creation. So, brothers and sisters, this is the essence of our existence. creator in creation, creation, the manifestation of the creator. Now, the other aspect of is 2025 is another significant year. Maha Kumbh Mela that happens in 144 years has coincided with the centennial year of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. How many in our lifetimes this moment is so surreal. This moment of Sai is so incredible. 144 years. Kumbh Mela, Maha Kumbh Mela, coinciding with the 100-year
100 years of
celebration of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. So, and this aradhana that we are doing, this is truly an aradhana, a submission at his lotus feet, and worshipping the creator and the creation together, and giving opportunity for every devotee across the world to come and participate in it, so that they don't feel, I don't know Rudram, what can I do? No, for doing puja to Bhagavan, you don't need to know Rudram. And for offering water to Bhagavan, you don't need to know Rudram. To merge lingas in Chitravati, you don't need to do Rudram. You just can say Om Sri Sai Ram, Om Namah Shivaya, and be part of this program.
Here, I would like to mention that the devotees who are already registered in for this Ashtottara Shata Sahasra Sayeeshwara Lingarchana are representatives of the all the devotees all over the globe. So the devotees need not feel sad that they are not here, but they can all be here by their mind, their devotion. And this program is going to be live streamed by the Satyasai Media Center. And I would like to mention at this point that if possible, at the same time, all the devotees all over the world can sit at their altar, keep a small lingam in front of them, and perform the puja as they are feeling that they are in Prasanthi Nilayam. They are offering that Lingarchana at Prasanthi Nilayam to Bhagavan's divine lotus feet. Then I am sure it is not going to be a Laksha Lingarchana. It will become a Koti Lingarchana offering for Swami's centennial year.
So the month of Magha, which is this month of February that has started from January 30th, is the Magha Masam has started, is a very auspicious mantra, because the energy of the sun, which represents our intellect, and Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba has very beautifully shared in many Shivaratri discourses that Maha Shivaratri represents the time when the intellect is in its maximum energy and the mind is in its lowest energy. So when the mind is in lowest energy and the intellect, which represents the Surya Bhagavan, and this month also represents worship of Surya Bhagavan, that is the time when we can totally unite with Bhagavan, totally unite with this Satchidananda, the divine consciousness, ever present and blissful. So this auspicious time, what is happening is, during this month of Magha Masa, before Shivaratri, an Ati Rudra Maha Yajnam is happening. And during that time of Ati Rudra Maha Yajnam, having this event happening is again Bhagavan's divine sankalpa and nothing but that. And traditionally, when we do this Sahasra Lingarchana, it is usually followed also by doing a homam. We do the Rudra Homam after the Abhishekam and the Lingarchana is performed. This year, fortunately, not just a Rudra Homam is happening, an Ati Rudra Maha Yajnam is happening. So Swami didn't want to have a simple Ashtottara Shata Sahasra Lingarchana program. It is combined with offering this Ati Rudra Maha Yajnam, the celebration happening at his Divya Sannidhi in Puttaparthi, and the celebration also happening at his birthplace, because it is his centennial year at the Shivalayam. What can we say? How can we comprehend this? How can we simply say that a mind has planned it? No mind has planned it. It is the divine mind, the Hiranya Garbha. The Hiranya Garbha has planned it. The Hiranya Garbha is called what is called cosmic mind, not ordinary mind. And the Hiranya Garbha is the lingam that Bhagavan materialized during Shivaratri. And what is this Hiranya Garbha is saying? He is saying, I am the seed of all your collective thoughts, and that is present within me. And now you see this manifest as this Hiranyagarbha Lingam. So this is in totality nothing but a surreal moment, and we are all so fortunate. We are very grateful actually that we are able to come together and offer this at Bhagavan's divine lotus feet. The inspiration of this happened actually on his 90th birthday. In Sacramento Sai Center, to which I belong, this week celebrated Bhagavan's 90th birthday with one prastaram of Sahasra Lingarchana, where Bhagavan's Murti was put in the center as the Mahalingam. At that time, Bhagavan gave this inspiration. Hey, this is 90th birthday. We should now celebrate the centennial with 100 times multiplication. And that 100 time multiplication is what we call Shatamanam Bhavati. So this is from one prastaram to 100 prastaram is Shatamanam. And this is the Shatabdi or the Shata Jayanti. That is the other significance of it. So Sri Rudram is going to happen as Ati Rudram, where there will be Japa, Homa, and Archana for Sayeeshwara Lingam in Kulwant Hall. And here, in parallel, every devotee is worshipping the Sayeeshwara Lingas. And here, it is 100% worship. There, the priests will actually chant respective mantras of the deities present at each avarana or each levels. And each devotee will be able to offer the gandham, the pushpam, dhupam, deepam, naivedyam, and they will pray to that particular aspect of worship around the prastara. Now, in this prastara, there is a boundary of 400 lingas that represent the boundary around this configuration. And that 400 lingas are called Tandaveshwara lingas. And Tandava Ishvara. Ishvara means the one who controls. That's the literal meaning of Ishvara. Tandava means the basic moment in vibration. So Bhagavan is controlling every vibration within us that is occurring, a vibration of the thought, a vibration of a nervous impulse that is getting fired, the vibration of a muscle tick, the vibration of the movements that are not even under our control, like the moment of the heart. And so when these vibrations, all these are described in Sri Rudram. And when we are worshipping these Tandaveshwaras, we will be chanting Sri Rudram from Om Namo Hiranya Bhagave Senanye Dishancha Pataye Namaha, which is from the second Anuvakam, to the end of ninth Anuvakam, which represents Amivatkebhyo Hridayebhyo Namaha. So the one who is moving all our vibrations with ease, that is what is called Tandaveshwara. When the movements are not happening with ease, then we get dis-ease. So Tandaveshwaras are responsible for ease of our life, ease of our thought process, ease of our existence at gross level, subtle level, and causal level. And these avaranas represent presence and awareness around all of this. Now, as I mentioned before, the Ritviks and the Pandits, etc., who are trained are able to do the Ati Rudra Maha Yajnam, whereas this program gives the opportunity for common devotees sitting with their families and worship the Sayeeswara as lingas that they themselves have made with their own hands, with the soil that they brought from their own countries and the river water that came from their own countries. This is completely synergistic and complementary worship of what the realized do and what is Namo Mahadbhyaha Kshullakebhyaha. Mahadbhyaha means those that are elevated. Kshullakebhyaha means those that are unaware. God is present in those that are highly aware. God is also present equally in those that are unaware. Kanduvagu heenadhikamulindulevu. Andariki Srihare Antaratma. Indulo Jentukulamanta okate. Andariki Srihare Antaratma. So Bhagavan is the indweller that is present in each and every one of us. And by doing this worship, we invoke his presence, we connect to him, and finally reach the state of Kailas, where the mind doesn't exist itself. It is now filled with the 16 kalas of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, the Paripurna avatar, the Shodasa Kala Paripurna, and the divine in existence, awareness, and bliss.
Here, I would like to mention that this whole event is going to be live streamed by Sri Sathya Sai official YouTube. And I would like also to tell that this whole event is coming live from Bhagwan's divine abode, Prasanthi Nilayam. I think what greater blessing can we get than bringing Swami into our house through the media coverage? I think let us all join together, offer our collective prayer at His divine lotus feet. Jai Sai Ram.